A while ago, I asked if anybody had any questions related to homeschooling before I made our curriculum video of like all the things that we were doing this year. And I got a few questions and I just haven't had a time to sit down and actually film any answers. So I thought I would try. I got a few minutes today. I'm just kind of sitting in the van while everybody else is preoccupied. Okay, so the first question I was going to answer, I got asked, what is my favorite age and grade to teach? And I think the early grades, like when they're learning to read, when they're 4 to 7, is so fun. They go from like literally looking at the page and letters and not being able to decipher anything to the moment where it like clicks and they understand and they can read it. It's just huge. It's so exciting and it opens up the entire world of learning to them. So that's my favorite. I don't think anything's better than that. There's fun things about every age, but that's just my personal favorite. Okay, the next question was, how well was my oldest prepared for college coming out of my homeschool? And that one's kind of difficult. I think that she's doing really, really well, but most of that is because she's self-motivated. She's very smart. She's kind of a go-getter, wants to be involved in all kinds of things, and just whatever she sets her mind to, she conquers. I think that like anything, there's always some gaps. Like I think we should, I guess not with my oldest. She's naturally a really good writer, and I think that that's helped her a lot. But with my second, my son, who's going into school, I think that I should have emphasized writing a lot more papers in high school. He knew how to write and he's doing okay, but going into his English 101 class, I think he would have been a lot more prepared if I had encouraged and, required him to do a lot more essays and papers. Let's see. The other thing that I think my oldest daughter has emphasized is she wished I had just forced her to do more math. It's not her strong suit. It's not something that she enjoys. But if I had just cracked down and just said, you're doing this regardless. I mean, she did some, but it wasn't like she didn't go super far in math in high school. Just, I think, through the end of Algebra 2. So if I had required her to do more, then, or at least continue on, I think we took a break. She only did math her freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So she had kind of a gap year. And if we had kept going, she wouldn't have had such a hard time re-entering into it her freshman year of high school or of college. So that was kind of a downfall. And I think we'll learn as I keep going with some of my other kids. Hopefully, maybe by the time we get to the last one, maybe Clive will be prepared for college. What is our schedule like? And I don't know if she's talking about our daily routine, or if she means, are we going to take and do year-round school? We started the 1st of October, so we're just barely on our second week because we took our trip. And that's the nice thing about homeschooling is it's flexible. You can decide when you want to start, when you don't want to take breaks, and when you do. We'll probably take a day or two off at Thanksgiving and probably a 2-week break at Christmas. But then we're just going to keep going. We're not going to take a spring break. And then we'll be done hopefully by mid-June next year. And as far as daily routine, we just have where we get up, have breakfast. I am not a very rigid person. I'm really fly by the seat of your pants, spontaneous. We don't schedule out I do math at 9 o'clock and I do science on this day. I have certain days that we do certain things, and then we just kind of have a fluid routine. So we get up, we have breakfast, and we try to start school by 9:30. And we're doing school for 2.5 hours. Then we break for lunch. Then we do school for about 2.5 hours. And then we do chores and dinner. And then they have free time in the evening. And we do kind of our intensive, heavier subjects in the afternoon when the 2 youngest take their naps. I've just always done that. It works so well to just do the intensive stuff when the babies are napping. I feel really fortunate right now that our youngest two play really well. Knox he plays very independently. And so they just kind of wander around and do their own, play with their trucks and toys and blocks and things when we do school. So I think that's a pretty easy, I don't know if that helps. If there's other routine things that you want to know, just let me know in the comments, because I don't know if I answered that fully or not. And then I'm going to have to go check and see what the last question was, because I can't remember. Okay, this is kind of funny. I just went back and looked, and it just asked, what do you do with your toddlers during your homeschool? So I think I kind of just answered that. They just play. They're just right amongst us in the dining room where we do our school, or the kitchen, which is right next door. They just play with toys. Every once in a while, if they get kind of squirrely, I might have an older kid like take them down to the living room and play intentionally with them, or put on a movie or something to just kind of distract them. But for the most part, for the couple hours in the morning when we do morning school, they're just right there with us. And, if we're coloring, I'll give them coloring pages, and they seem to like that. It's always worked well to just have them right near us doing what we're doing, as long as they're in the same room as us or the same vicinity where I can still see them. They just play, and you just provide lots of things for them to do. I haven't even gotten to pull out. I have like a bunch of busy activities for toddlers, different puzzles or little bins that have, magnets or snap circuits, or I don't know, big Duplo Legos. I haven't really even pulled any of those out yet. I mean, we get a couple months into school and we'll probably have to pull out new activities to try and keep them busy. But you can look on Pinterest. There's tons and tons of like sensory bin ideas that you can rotate through. Lots of them use like Dollar Tree, like you go in and you buy flowers and little styrofoam things, and they can play florist, or things that are like super simple, but there's genius people who've come up with fun ideas. So just look up like sensory bins on Pinterest. But that's about the only ideas I have for that. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm just going to let you see the clips from our homeschool day. Enjoy.
Mommy, I'm done.
Are all of them? Awesome. Is that going to make an earthquake when you have the two tectonic plates kind of rub together and grind like that?
Can we use the rest of this?
Yeah. And what is the whipped cream underneath? What is that for?
Might do a volcano.
It kind of, that's like the
Hot magma.
Hot
Yeah,
magma
the
that comes out.
So if
Noah's really enjoying
if you,
his lava over there.
One of the things goes under.
This was a fun science experiment, because what happens at the end of the science experiment?
You get to eat the
You get to eat it.
Mom? If one of the things goes
You love
under
it? Let me see yours, Steven.
Look at yours compared to mine.
Hold on.
What?
Give me a second.
Yep. You guys like the same thing. Yeah, but two are different.
It's impressive.
Okay.
Oh, where's the glue stick? I need the glue stick too.